Good morning and welcome back, everybody. It's Thursday. Good to see you. Apparently, some people were having errors, but it might have just been you, Jumpy Shooty. I don't know, but it's good to be back here. People might be asking, Mike, why are you wearing a button-down shirt? And let me tell you this. It's hot. I think our neighbors returned from the holidays and just cranked up the heat this morning. And because it's in New York and these buildings were built in, I don't know, 1492, the heat's either 100 or zero. It's 100 or zero. So this was a Christmas gift from my mother-in-law, and it's the only thing that I had in here. So I didn't have to go into the bedroom and wake up my wife. So because she's on vacation this week. So this is what we're rocking with. All right. And I'm into it. Weisberg saying, is this his third Ember already? Yeah, it is. We're like 2.5. We are 2.5. I got up early. I was ready to go, guys. Ready to go. All right, let's see. Who do we have in the streets this morning? Steve's is here. Sean Grant, what's up? Kevin Fortress here. Brent's here. Jump Shooty, Stubbs, Top Shot Common Man, Snoop-a-Loop to the house. Who else we got? Sneeps, D-Lo's here. Blaze is here. Jump Shoot already said. Sandra, Marthans, Weisberg, D Rose up and at him early. Pirates of the Metaverse. No, it is not. You living in the Santa Maria. Yeah. Big Columbus fan. That's oh God. What a start. The director. All right, we got a fun one today. We got a lot of basketball to talk about. We're gonna keep this to a tight 45, and because I'm jumping over on the So Rare Data show at 10 a.m. This was the rescheduled one from earlier in the week. I'm actually going to share the link to their YouTube channel or to the stream, and that's going to go live at 10. So very exciting for that. I thought you were freezing on that side of the ocean. Listen, it was really cold. You know what though? It's actually it's 40 degrees right now, and after a week of like 12, feels good. 40 feels good. Naked. That's how I'm going outside today. One of the less expensive Dan Flash's shirt. Hell yeah. Do I have no, not yet. Damn it, Kevin. Damn it, I don't. Maybe I'll bring that up live. But yeah, and hey, if you missed some content yesterday, I was on air more than I wasn't. We had a lot of stuff. Obviously, the morning show yesterday, you can catch Value Hunting. That came out for game week. What was that? 21 yesterday as well. The 89 Cavs was a real fun one. I recommend going back and checking that one out if you just need something to pass the time today. We talked a little bit about Luka performance, making fun of Woj a little bit, a lot of that stuff. But the second half, the last half hour of the show, we did an all-European draft. And if you don't want to watch the show or listen to it, I tweeted out the final rosters. We did a snake draft. Steve picked first. And that was a lot of fun. So we picked a starting five, and then the sixth man was more of a vibes pick. But it was a lot of fun. It was an all-European draft. And that was because of like what Luka's been doing, what Giannis has been doing, what Jokic has been doing. We're like, oh, let's do like an all-time one. So that was a blast. And last night we had Shot Tank. Shot Tank, we went and talked, we kind of just like dicked around. Talked the year that was, some good things, some bad things. We laughed a lot. We did laugh a lot. Remember the good old days when if Zion had a good game, we'd look at how his moment skyrocketed. I mean, that was the thesis. That was the origin story of this show. I will say though, TST tweeted out a little something yesterday that after Luka's performance, a bunch of Top Shot Luka moments, his debut and his bubble 3 were scooped up. So, hey, we're not dead yet. But yeah, so that's a recap of yesterday. Again, at 10 o'clock, be jumping over there this afternoon. I know we talked about doing that football show yesterday with John Boy Beats, scheduling not mix up. We had to move things around. So we're going to try to do that this afternoon, maybe at 3 or 4, and just kind of talk about underdog fantasy football as it comes to best ball in the playoffs. I saw TOC announced a partnership. I'll talk about this for a second because one, there's not a lot of people here. And now that, they're not officially the sponsor, I feel like I can talk a little bit more honestly about this, but one of my frustrations, I love the guys over at OTM. I think they do, their product is really, really good. I know some of you guys are in the Jolly Joker Discord as well. One of my frustrations was how they handled TOC, which I've talked about before, right? TOC has been it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the first season of it. And then the delayed announcement of it getting like completely canceled for the season 2, waiting until after the Jokers. All of it just kind of like bummed me out a little bit. And then 2 days ago, they tweeted out something about an announcement that they were going to do like some TOC best ball, and it was partnered up with Underdog, and I got really excited. I was like, oh man, this might be, good. I hope this is an opportunity to make the people who were in TOC that felt a little slighted or left or rugged or whatever. I know it's not a rug, but felt that way. I was like, oh, this might be an opportunity to win them back. And then they announced what the prizes were. I'll actually see if I can pull it up over here so I can share it. Let me see if I can find this quickly. But it was a little disappointing. I was hoping it was going to be. It sounded really good. It sounded really good. Oh, where is it? I thought they had a big thing here. I thought they had a big announcement. Why can't I find it? Anyways, it ends up being you can find it on your own. But the prizes were basically like Underdog merch or another Jolly Joker, or it felt like it missed the mark there. I thought there was another potential for it to be exciting. And listen, if you are pumped about it, like hell yeah, go get it. I know it's a lot of work and they're a pretty small team. So I totally get it, but I was really looking forward to that because the best ball product that they did last year for the playoffs was really, really fun. It was really, really good. And then it bummed me out a little bit. So that it's gone the direction that it's gone. I understand they had to make choices and whatever. And I'm not, it's not fudding OTM. I was hopeful. All right. Anyways, I remember when Aaron Neesmith dropped 16 points in his debut, went up 20. Never forget. I remember dropping 100 for Zion 15K. Look at us just remembering the good times, huh? Still sour. Prizes are not appealing at all. Yeah, the prizes were almost kind of, I mean, even with the Simwin stuff, it's like the prizes are more Jolly Jokers, which they still don't have a secondary market for. So it's just kind of, I don't know. But the Rumble stuff has been really cool. I know people have been having a lot of fun with that. So we move on to basketball. But anyways, we'll talk this afternoon. We'll do a little Underdog fantasy football. Also, today is the beginning of my sweat for Best Ball Mania. I'm really excited. It seems like Derrick Henry's not going to play tonight, which means 16% of the field lost a running back. We just hope this game flames out. I don't have anybody going tonight. And then Sunday, I'm just going to be a neurotic mess. Nikhil Alexander-Walker talking. Yeah, God, man. The good old days, baby. The good old days when we weren't sure we were lighting on our money on fire. Now we're very aware. But yeah, let's get into last night's basketball action. We can see where it gets us, and then we get some fun clips to show today because last night was weird energy. Last night we had some really good performances. We had some fights. We had some weird stuff. The first game that we'll get into, Pistons Magic. Pistons won 121-101. Really, no one had a good game from the starters, and that's because Killian Hayes and Mo Wagner got ejected. Imagine getting knocked out and then ejected. Sadiq Bey went for 28 and 8. Alec Burks hit his first 10 shots, went 32 off the bench. Ooh, hold on. Andre said hit a $200 parlay last night with a free bet, cash in overtime. Hell yeah. Go get him, man. But let's take a look over. People just want the bull drop. I'll give you a bull drop. We haven't done that in a while. I feel like we just need to see Aubrey,
Bull.
Bull.
His first name is Bull and his last name is Bull.
No, yeah.
Legs.
Long legs.
Oh my God. I bet his legs are taller than my whole body. I'm leaving you for Bull. Like.
We're also gonna do. Who said Killian Hayes doesn't have a right hand? He doesn't, man. It was a fucking forearm. We're gonna show that clip here in a second, and as I go to share screen, we are gonna fire up a little giveaway today in honor of our Jonas Valanciunas getting tough last night. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag my name is Jonas into the chat. We'll give something away here at the end. But let's go take a look at this Killian Hayes play here. We'll go full screen and I'm not going to show the whole thing, just the first beginning. So I think what gets lost is Mo Wagner gave Killian Hayes a nudge into the bench, which is pretty dirty. But Hayes hits him with a forearm in the back of the head and knocks Mo Wagner out. Like absolutely knocks Mo Wagner out. And I mean, like, I'm sure we're going to learn he's in like concussion protocols or whatever, because he was knocked out. I imagine Killian Hayes gets suspended for quite some time. That not great, Bob. That's not great, Bob. I understand, like, and maybe the penalty, maybe the suspension isn't that bad because they take into consideration Mo Wagner giving him the shove into the bench. You Andre saying, what are we thinking? 5 to 10? Dude, I mean, I think it's like I could see it being like a month. Rabbit punches are illegal in MMA and UFC. This is a 10 to 20. Yeah, I think this is a month. At least. And I get it. Again, maybe because of the Wagner stuff, they'll just say, hey, it wasn't that bad. But I mean, it was a shot to the head that connected, right? Like, I feel like he would have got suspended 5 to 10 games if he took that swing and missed. But the fact that he got it, like, do you think the suspension would have been less if Wagner was looking at him when he hit him? Like, I mean, yeah, I think this is going to be a couple months suspension. But yeah, I'll take it. Got some Pistons players on my fantasy team. Hell yeah. That's how we look at this. Hell yeah. And weird game though. Weird game. A cheap shot from Pussy Killing Hayes. Wow. All right. I mean, yeah, it was a cheap shot by Wagner too. Like, I'm not saying it was the right thing to do, but both of them were pretty cheap. They were trying to revive the Malice in the Palace. Yeah, I was gonna tweet this out last night and I didn't, but I was like, how do you say what's French for Malice in the Palace? Martin says looks like Wagner was out already after the push from Diallo. You think that the push knocked him out, Cole? Sean saying I'm thinking 30 games, especially due to the venue. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, bad news Bears over there. So I don't know. At least they made us care about the Magic Pistons game, right? And somehow the Magic lost that game too. All right, Wizards Suns. Let's go to that one. So they announced yesterday Devin Booker is going to be out a month now. And so now the test is real for Phoenix, right? We were already talking about it. We were talking about it like the last time he got dinged up. Let's look at the schedule for Phoenix for like the next couple of weeks. I know they've got a couple of tough ones, but maybe they're going to get lucky here with their schedule. But if we look at, I'll share screen here. Let's take a look at what they got upcoming. I'll blow this up a little bit here. All right, where are we at, girl? All right, so we got Toronto, the Knicks, Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland, Golden State, Denver. So those are their next. Wow. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's today? So let's go. We'll do the 28th to January 28th, right? So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So say they got 15 games, right? You look at this schedule. Now, Toronto's been playing like dog shit, but I think that's a winnable game, right? So, I mean, Toronto's still a tough matchup. You get the Raptors, the Knicks, the Cavs, Miami, Cavs again, Golden State. Now, Golden State without Steph, it's at Golden State, different team at home. So, I don't know. This one's probably winnable here. But then you get Denver. Minnesota's been bad, but I mean, still, Memphis, Brooklyn, the Pacers, Memphis again. I mean, Charlotte and San Antonio, like those are 2 gimme games out of all of those. It might be a problem. Phoenix might be in trouble here without Devin Booker and still no Cam Johnson. I'll be curious what the front office does if they attempt to try to make some move or do something to plug the hole a little bit, because now you're relying on Chris Paul, who is my age. You're relying on DeAndre Ayton, who loves video games. Like they might be in a little bit of trouble here. But yeah, I don't know. To Shamit out as well. Shamit did miss last night's game. I don't know how long he's out for. He did miss last night's game. But yeah, the month injury. Anyways, Wizards beat the Suns 127-102. Chris Paul went for 20 and 7. DeAndre Ayton went for 31 and 7 and smashed the over. Kuz had 22, 7 and 5. The Zanger had 22 and 6. But it was big Rui Hachimura night. 30 points and 5 boards off the bench. I feel like we haven't said Rui's name since the Cool Cats. So shout out Rui for being relevant again. Wizards now ripping off a couple of W's, right? After losing 48 in a row, they took it to the Sixers and Suns in back-to-back games. So yeah, Phoenix is something we're going to have to pay attention to with all the parity in the West that we talked about yesterday. I mean, you go, what did we say they had? Like 16 games. You go 4-12. That's like a pretty big drop. So anyways, all right. Nets and Hawks. This was a fun one. I watched most of this game until the show started, but the Nets won 108-107. Another big W for Brooklyn. The streak lives on. Atlanta was without DeJounte Murray last night. No, they were without Trae Young, and I feel like somebody else. Oh, Clint Capella as well, and maybe DeAndre Hunter. Good back and forth game. Hawks made a big push to get it close, and then KD was too good, man. KD 26, 16, and 8. Kyrie had 28 and 8. Nick Claxton, nice double-double. Shout out Borland, who called out Claxton as a solid play. I think you were talking about for the weekend against Charlotte, but still 17 and 10. Murray with no Trae Young, 24, 9 and 8. John Collins, 21 and 8. And then Okongwu finally showed up. He had a very slow start in the first half, but finished with 18 and 13 and 3 blocks, which was very helpful for us. So rare, bros. Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn continues to do it, right? Let's see. What's that, like 10 in a row now? 10 in a row for Brooklyn. They're now officially, we'll look at the standings in a little bit, but they're officially second in the East with that win because the Bucks lost, which we'll get to. But looking at Brooklyn's upcoming schedule, right? So they've ripped off 9 in a row, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm sorry, 10 in a row. 10 in a row. 10 in a row, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 out of their last 20 they've won. 17 of their last 20. And then when we look at their upcoming games, they've got so what did we say? 10 in a row. They've got Charlotte, San Antonio, and Chicago for their next 3. So there's no reason, none of those are back-to-backs. There's no reason they couldn't rip off 3 more. And then it gets New Orleans, Miami, Boston. So then I'm sure an L comes in there at some point. But man, Brooklyn's for real now. Brooklyn's real enough that they've been talked about on every single podcast this week. So media's starting to buy the hype. What did Sean? Oh, wait. Weisberg says, feels like only a matter of time till Shams tweets Trae is looking somewhere. I mean, dude, we already saw that. What was it? Chris Haynes who tweeted something out? We talked about this the other day. I don't know what the landing place is for Trae Young. I was listening to the Ringer NBA show yesterday with the group chat with Waz Barrier and Mahoney, I think. And they were saying that the betting odds is Trae Young's next landing spot is Dallas. And I don't even know what pieces Dallas has to make that work, unless it's like Dinwiddie and something. But man, can you imagine? Those would be like the 2 most ball dominant guys on the same team. Grant says bought a rare Rui, and so rare last night. Picked him up in my fantasy leagues. Believe in him. Just wish he could do anything more than score. Yeah, I mean, Rui's got potential. He hasn't gotten there yet. Hasn't lived up to it yet. But I mean, I've been rooting for Rui. I've been rooting for Rui Hachimura for a while now. Brooklyn could be a number 1 seed by All-Star break. God, yeah. I don't think. I think the Celtics are too good. I think the Bucks will come back too. Although the Bucks, man, we'll talk about them in a second. But Brooklyn's for real. Brooklyn's legit here, and the schedule is benefiting them as well. All right, let's keep moving. Heat Lakers. Heat won 112. Lakers at 98. LeBron just a casual 27, 9, and 6. Jimmy Buckets was back. He had 27 and 5, and then Bam was back with 23 and 14. LeBron had some interesting comments after the game. You know what's funny? He did it a little bit after the Christmas game. And after the Christmas game, he was just he wasn't as super direct, right? And then last night he basically went, oh my God, what's the movie? Not Die Hard. What is the movie? Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Why can't I? What is the name of that movie? That franchise? Holy crap. Can somebody help me, please? I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to wait till the chat catches up and tell me. But it was like Lethal Weapon. Thank you, David. Good Lord. But yeah, basically he said after the game, I'm too old for this shit. That's basically what he said. He's like, I'm too old to be losing. And it's funny. I agree with him, but I keep thinking of the Tim Robinson, I think you should leave gif where he's in the hot dog soup being like, we're all looking for the guy who did this. And you can already see the Laker machine getting to work. Seeing a lot of Lakers reporters being like, well, dude, the owner, I'd be mad too. The ownership, the management have been sitting on their hands. And it's like, yeah, but dude, LeBron is part of that, right? To not take any responsibility, they are hamstrung in the way they are for moving all of those assets for Russ to begin with, right? And some of it's out of their control. Anthony Davis got hurt. You could say it the other way. You should have known that Anthony Davis was going to get hurt because that's what Anthony Davis does. But I don't know. It's going to be, oh yeah, D-Rose. It's going to be tricky to see what LA does. They can't trade LeBron this year anyway. So even if he wanted out, that's not something they could do until next season. So unfortunately, they are where they are. But yeah, it's just so funny I mean, of course, LeBron's not going to take any responsibility for that because then he has to admit that he had a hand in the management, and then that's embarrassing for management. It's embarrassing because that's what LeBron did. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Something to keep an eye on, though. I'm sure it's going to get sassier before it gets any better. And again, because the Lakers don't own their first round pick, right? It's not like they can even be like, you know what, let's rest LeBron. We'll come back healthy next year. Like they can't do it because they don't have their first round pick. So they got to still try to win, or they just have to say, fuck it. And they're like, we don't care. We don't care if Wemby goes to the Pelicans. But anyway, so good win for the Heat. They just, Heat just need to collect W's right now. Bulls Bucks. This one was surprising, although I think the Bulls were favored, unless that was an alternative line that I saw. But the Bulls won in overtime, 119-113. Giannis went for 45, 22, and 7. It was one of those things where I think Giannis saw all of the talk about Jokic and Luka. He's like, hey, remember me? Although it came in an L. But the thing that we need to remember from this game is this dunk right here. That is, I mean, what are you doing, Zach? An absolute poster on Levine. Um, Pretty good, pretty good. This is the game that cashed me out. Hell yeah, Andre, congrats. Yeah, arrest Grayson Allen too. I was looking for the Grayson Allen clip. I couldn't find it fast enough, so I gave up. But yeah, Grayson Allen too. What was so cheap about his shot is he pretended like he was falling and then just threw a forearm into him. But yeah, poor Zach Levine. His team doesn't like him. He doesn't like his team, and then he just gets yammed on. But anyways, good win for the Bulls. Portis had 20 and 11. DeRozan with a big game. He had 42, 10, and 5. And then the aforementioned Levine with the 24 spot. Bucks have now lost, I believe this is 3 in a row. Let me just double check this. I'm pretty sure this is 3 in a row now. Yeah, they are 4 in a row. Excuse me, 4 in a row, 4 in their last 6. Now they were without Holiday and Middleton last night, but the Middleton stuff's starting to get a little bit more concerning. I'm sure if you're Milwaukee though, you're not really concerned. You're like, we're still fine. Their upcoming games, they've got Minnesota back-to-back against Washington, Toronto, Charlotte, New York. So I imagine they rip off a few of those so they can relax. They shouldn't be too concerned here. But good win for them. The game that I really like to watch. And oh wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find what do we got? Bulls have strung together good wins mixed with infuriating losses to teams like Houston. Yeah, it's like they only get up for the games for the teams that are better than them. I can't believe the Bucks lost this one, but no Drew and Chris. Yeah, that is true. The one that I watched the most last night and rewatched some of the third quarter this morning because I really only watched the fourth quarter. Pels Wolves. Pelicans won 119-118. McDaniels for the Wolves went for 19 and 7. D'Lo at 27. Ant-Man 27 and 6. Zion with a career high 43 and 5. It's funny, it just feels like Zion's gotten 50, but this is a career high 43 and 5. CJ with 20 and 6. Trey Murphy was back. He put in 21. JV 12 and 11. What was really impressive, Zion just went ham in the fourth quarter. The last 4 minutes of the game, I think he scored 14 points in the last 4 minutes. None more important than he I believe it was a tie game where they were down 2, but he ripped D'Lo. I think was passing it to McDaniels. He jumped in the passing lane, took it from him, and then threw it down. I mean, he went at Rudy too. Like, Rudy is like, I think even Wolves fans who like Rudy are probably a little nervous right now because he does not look good. And it's not even like the offensive stuff that's not working. He doesn't look good defensively, and it's not the normal stuff where they're like, oh, they're playing 5 out, so that's killing Rudy. Like, Rudy doesn't look great at the rim right now. It just seems like he's a half second slow or second guessing. Or Zach Lowe talked a little bit about it on his podcast this week, but something doesn't look right. And if you're not getting Rudy's defense, I mean, God. But I mean, glass half full on the Wolves. You're like, whatever. The Pelicans are now in first place. We lost to the first place team by 1, but that was a winnable game. Ant-Man missed a fadeaway there at the buzzer. He actually had a good look. I thought that might go down. It's okay about Rudy. Minnesota didn't give that. Oh yeah, Minnesota gave up so much. Rudy Gobert, Russell Wilson. Which one was worse? Yikes. I mean, listen, for Minnesota fans, hope they're able to turn it around. But if not, I'll be fascinated with how they handle this moving forward because you got some weird stuff going on. They still don't have Cat. Yeah, Wilson easily. Russell Wilson, I know. Just think about what they gave up, though. They gave up so much in that deal. But they kept McDaniels. Don't you worry. They kept McDaniels. But good win for the Pels. God, the heat is still pumping in this place. All right. Warriors Jazz. This was a good win for Golden State here. They won 112-107. I honestly thought, they're at home. They're playing a little bit better. But they didn't even have anybody like Pop last night either, which was pretty impressive. Ty Jerome's been playing really well for the Warriors. But anyways, Laurie had a really good first half. He had like 23 and 10, I think, in the first, or 26 and 10, and only scored 3 points in the second half. Went for 29 and 16. Clarkson had 22. Poole had 26, and then basically no other peripherals. And then Jerome had 17 and 7. But Warriors won 112-107. Listen, it's 2 in a row, right? Or 3 in a row. 3 in a row. They beat the Grizz, then the Hornets, and now the Jazz. So that they needed that, right? Yeah, Patrick Baldwin Jr. too. He had a solid game. It wasn't like huge stats, but his minutes were really good, which is interesting. Kuminga's not playing a ton of minutes. Wiseman, it was funny. Wiseman was like very productive in like short minutes, but they're not using him. Utah scored only 13 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they fell apart there at the end. But listen, if you're the Warriors, dude, you're just trying to tread water until Steph gets back. And this is pretty big, like 3, because they're going to suck on the road, but to rip off 3 of these in a row, I'm going to double check what their upcoming games look like. I know most of them are at home right now, I think, after that long road trip that they had. But here we go. So they've got they're at home for Portland, Atlanta, Detroit, Orlando, and Phoenix for their next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, right? Detroit and Orlando, they should win both of those games. Atlanta, I feel like they're going to be, if not the favorite, it's going to be like a pick 'em. They get Phoenix without Booker, and the Portland one's probably tough. So I mean, you're feeling great. You're just hoping now the Steph injury isn't as bad as it looked, and that they get a good prognosis soon. But they should feel good. I did not see this coming. I know that everyone was like, yeah, but they're much better at home. And it's like, yeah, but they had Steph when they were better at home. But they've been fighting. They played a little bit better defensively last night too. So good win for them. And then the last game of the night, the Kangs won a close one, 127-126. The Nuggets were without Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray, and I watched a lot of this game. What was really fun, Jokic is obviously pass first guy, right? He loves passing. Everybody's talked about that, blah, blah, blah. Because they were without those guys, Jokic was like, all right, it's my time. Like, I need to get shots up. And he was super aggressive, which was kind of fun to see. He had 47 and 6. It was a controversial call there at the end, where he got I don't know. It looked like a clean swipe away, but they were saying, well, all the Kings fans were like, yeah, but his hands were on his back anyway. So I don't know. Controversial call at the end, but good win for the Kangs. They needed that one. They split the back-to-back with the Nuggets. Bones filled in nice too for Jamal. He had 20 and 11. Michael Porter Jr. 19 and 17. De'Aaron Fox 31 and 13. But the more impressive thing of last night is Domantas Sabonis missed one game with a fucking fractured thumb and then put up 31, 10 and 5 with a fractured thumb. 31, 10 and 5. So good win for the Kangs. Let's poke at the standings and then the upcoming schedule. And then we'll dive into some other stuff. So after last night's action, what do we have here? Celtics still in first. The Nets only 2 games out of first place. Good freaking Lord. I think they have the 3rd best record in the league right now, too. Or maybe 4th. I can't remember. But Bucks, there you go. 2.5 back. Then the Cavs, 3 back. Sixers, 4 back. Like really jammed up in top 5. Heat now, back in the top 6. They got to feel good considering the start that they had. They're 7-3 in their last 10. It's the Nets. Just looking at that 10-0 is crazy. And then you get the Knicks, Pacers, Hawks, all jumbled up. A couple games back, you had the Bulls, Raptors right there. Wizards not too far behind. And then the bottom 3 of the Magic, Hornets, and Pistons. And then on the West, the Pels with the Pels W and the Nuggets loss, they now move into first place. They have the tiebreaker. So both teams 22 and 12. You got the Grizz, or actually, no, they're just straight up tied for first. My bad. The Grizz right there at 20 and 13. Clips at 21 and 15. Suns hanging on there, 20 and 16. Kangs moving to the 6th seed. Mavs 7th seed. But dude, look at this. 5 games separating 10th from first. And again, if you're the Warriors, man, just treading water right now. Just treading water. There was one other thing I wanted to show of the Pelicans game. I thought this was so funny. I knew I wanted to show this. I was like, what's the other clip that I missed? Look at this stare. Austin Rivers, run away, dude. Run away. I'd retire right there. That would have been my last NBA game if Jonas was looking. Like, he is not fucking around. I don't even think he blinked. Oh, he blinked. He blinked one time. That's dangerous, man. Absolutely dangerous over there. But anyways, yeah, 5 games separating first from 10th. And then the Wolves only 6.5 out, or game and a half out of the plan. But damn, the Lakers being a game and a half behind the Thunder are nuts. I don't have the Bowl dunk pulled up. And Barrett missing 3 with a cut. Yeah, RJ's gonna miss a little bit of time with that finger injury, right? What else we got? Sabonis actually played, but I sold off him this morning. That kind of injury lingers. He'll sit out more games. Yeah, probably. Probably. I don't think that's bad. Will there be a 60-game winner this season? You know what? I don't know. I could see like 57, 58 being the highest, right? There's just everybody's you look at it if it's one of two ways. Everyone's either a little bit better or a little bit worse this year, right? And then for the upcoming games tonight, what do we got? I don't think there was anything. This was kind of a shitty week again. Like, it's been good basketball, but no like highlighting high games that I'm like pumped about. So tonight is Thursday. We got OKC and Charlotte, must see TV. Cleveland and Indiana will probably be fun. That'll be a lot of points. Clippers and Boston, sure. Clippers have been hot. Memphis and Toronto might be exciting. And then, yeah, New York and San Antonio, Houston and Dallas. And then tomorrow Philly, New Orleans should be fun. Minnesota, Milwaukee, fine. I don't really care about these games up here. Denver, Miami, whatever. Golden State, Portland, that'll be fun too. So, there we go. That's some good stuff. And then let's here, we'll poke over to some of my so rare lineups here. This is one of the more embarrassing things. My common contender is outscoring my common champion. Are you kidding me? Do you know how hard that is? Jovic and Holmes are a little disappointing. I was just trying to jam in my 3 guys and Jokic, LeBron, and Dame. And unfortunately, Dame just dropped 33, which was not great. Not great. Yeah, Tibbs about to roll out a 6 to 7 man rotation. That's great. Grant, I know you had picked up that Sabonis, so found someone to trade my Sabonis rare for a Kyrie rare in cash. Ooh, that's like a pretty good, that's a really good deal. I love that deal. I need to go rare shop, and hopefully I win 2 million this weekend, and then we can do that. Limited contender, very disappointing. I mean, Fred VanVleet, if he goes for 60, we're back in it. My limited champion's been my best lineup. So I took a chance on Zion playing one of his 2 games, and luckily he put up 57. Marketing was 62. Jamal in the 1 game he played put up 52, and then Okongwu came back to life for 48. Quickly's got the 45. He's got 1 more game left, and hopefully if Brunson sits again and no RJ, should play all of the minutes in the world. Maybe I can get this up to a limited tier 2, but I'm happy to just get anything. My limited all offense, 700th out of 5,000 you think would get you something, but it didn't. So I'm going to need Keldon to go for 50 tonight. Maybe Jalen Green as well. And then my rare contender has been super disappointing as well. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. One thing I wanted to do too, before we get rolling, it's easy. It's so damn hard to get the best commons. Like 5 people have them. Yeah, I know. Shout out TST though. TST is he's balling with his common champ. I think he's up for a limited tier 3 right now. Limited all defense. Don't forget to look. This is way down here. As always with these types of contests, I would fill these out last because the prize payout is just way different, right? If we look at it, so this has here we go. Right now, half the field gets paid out in the limited contender. Obviously, that's going to go up, but that's, much better. Same thing. You've got 1150 out of 3,300. And then when you look at this one, it's like 230, right? So it's going to be really hard to cash in this one. But I just wanted to take a look at how we were going to attack the limited all defense since it's the first time they're rolling that out. But here we go. So you want to try to get those defensive guys that are going to pick up those stats. So someone like Mitchell Robinson's probably a great play, even though they only have 1 game this weekend. Oh, this is an MVP too. So maybe I need to think a little bit harder about this. But Mitchell Robinson, Ben Simmons, Killian Hayes would have been a great play, but he's going to miss some time. Okongwu with 1, I feel like he's pretty good. He's a big block guy. At least with like 33. The only problem is I probably want to use some of these guys in my other contests. I'm trying to see if I have any other big like defensive guys. I'm mostly offensive guys. So this is going to be a tricky one. I feel like Terrence Mann would probably make sense. Definitely not Lonnie Walker. Dorian Finney-Smith would have been a great play if he was playing. But yeah, so it's going to be, I actually don't have a very good squad for this, but that's going to be fun to see how people attack these. What do we say? Gordon nuked him. Gordon nuked your rare lineup, had great games from everyone else and beat quickly Mo Wagner and Wood. Man, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I knew Gordon was questionable for one. I thought he was going to play the second game. I honestly thought it was more of a rest day for Gordon. I was very surprised by that. Also, like if you're just seeing the So Rare stuff for the first time, do me a favor, sign up using the link in our show notes, baby. Also, D Rose, thanks for that tweet, my man. But yeah, if you're looking at diving in, you can get in there for free. I'll actually share the link into the chat right now, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. You can play for free and like win limited cards too through the free tournament. So if that's your bag, or if you're interested in diving in, get after it, baby. Get after it. I just shared that. All right. I think what we're going to do, because I'm going to wrap here in like 7 or 8 minutes, because again, just a reminder, I'm jumping on the So Rare Data NBA show at 10 a.m. here. So I want to make sure, I can freshen up a little bit, but I'll drop a link to that. You guys definitely tune in. I'm excited to, talk about somebody else, talk to somebody else just in general, but also about So Rare. But with the few minutes left, like what else do you guys have? Anything you guys want to talk about, whether it's NBA, Top Shots, So Rare, whatever, just fire away in the chat, down to talk about anything. I watched the movie Bros last night or yesterday, which was something that I was looking forward to for a while, which was Billy Eichner's rom-com. And I got to tell you, it was pretty funny. It had a lot of it was a lot funnier than I anticipated. Even though I like Billy Eichner quite a bit, but I think rom-coms are like a tough needle to thread for me anyways, where I'm like, ooh, ha 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 ha. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Recommend. It's on Peacock right now. All right, what do we got here? You guys buying any NFTs still? I'm outside of So Rare. I haven't purchased anything in a while. I mean, I'm still like keeping my finger on the pulse a little bit, but that's it. Aaron Jones, Amari Cooper, Dobbins in my PPR flex spot, going for the chip. I think I would rank them Jones, Dobbins, Cooper. I think that's where I would go. Jones, Dobbins, Cooper, I think. I don't trust Cooper, man. Deshaun Watson has looked awful. That team has looked really bad. He got bailed out a little bit last week with Cooper catching some big stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'd go Jones. I like that spot better. Debating buying Jaylen Brown or 2 tier 2 levels like Markkanen and Hero. Interesting. Markkanen and Hero have been pretty stable in like their performances. I like Jaylen Brown a little bit better just because he's been putting up almost 28 to 30 points a game with Tatum. But if Tatum ever sits, I mean, also you're a Celtics fan, I think I would get Jaylen Brown. Because Jaylen Brown's one of those guys too. Like if you have another, like say you have Zion too, Jaylen Brown is like the best or one of the best like second guys in a champion lineup going like whoever your champion is, Jaylen Brown's like a great second guy to have. Won a Triple J from Common Champ a few weeks back. I love that you can win real stuff playing for free. I know. I like that it allows people to dabble. You know what I mean? Like if you don't want to go full ham on it, I like that. What do you think about value retaining of the cards? I think it's fine for now. I'm not concerned about it now. I think if we move into series or season or year 2, whatever they're calling it, year 2 and year 3, and they're still just doing card rewards, I'll be a little bit more nervous long term. I'm hopeful that whatever they need to do to make that adjustment, to make it like ETH rewards, cash rewards, whatever rewards, that's what I'm hoping for. Sean says Top Shot has been very encouraging lately, hoping it's not just back because of the cashback bonus until the end of the year. Yeah, I'm hopeful too, Sean. I'm hopeful too. The vibes seem a little bit better, so that's good. Do we know when the cap? I'm pretty sure it gets updated. That's pretty dynamic, right? It should be updated now. Like if you start building your lineup, it should be updated right now. Now, if it's the last 10 games, right? So depending on what action happens tonight, it could get adjusted, but that should be updated in real time. What do we think about Dwayne Washington Jr. for the Suns? He's been very efficient in the time that he's had. Yeah. The only thing is he was fine last night. I think his minutes get impacted pretty heavily if Landry Shamet comes back. He still should be getting some run in there, but I think a lot of that was because was Shamet face, you know? Oh my God, the printer just started making noise. What do you think about the XP system? Are older cards going to retain any value? The cards of older years? Oh, yeah, this was like second part of your question. Yeah, I think the XP is pretty cool. I think it encourages you to hold on to your shit, right? Because the longer you hold on and play your guys, the longer the better of a play they become, right? Because once you sell them, you lose that XP, and then it's basically like you're buying a newer one. So I like that it encourages you to hold value, or it encourages you to hold it. But again, I think like at some point we're gonna like if the rewards continue to just be like more supply of the cards, I think that's gonna be unless like Sorare ends up having millions of users. But so yeah, I think that's just something we're gonna have to monitor. I hope that Sorare does some sort of like I know they did a Spaces not too long ago. I hope they do something similar to that and talk a little bit about the potential of that. Do you think the value will go up or down on Sorare when it's in the playoffs? Well, I'm sure they'll have a playoff stuff, right? Like, so I think your cards that are in the playoffs will become a little bit more valuable, cards of players in the playoffs. And then I'm sure it'll be a dip in the offseason. I think if you talk to the people who have played in the soccer streets or the football streets, they'll tell you the same thing, right? Where the value dips in the offseason and then it ramps back up. But it sounds like it's a pretty level. Like if you see how the season ended and the season began, like, yeah, there was a dip and then it kind of came back up when people are starting to buy for it. So, but again, this is my first time through it, Levi, right? I didn't really I created an account, but I haven't really, I didn't really dabble too much in soccer until the Global Cup happened and I didn't touch baseball. So this is kind of my first experience with it as well. So I'll be looking and listening to people who have been in it a little bit longer to get their perspective. And I'll probably talk to Andrew about that at 10, because that's one of the things that I've been very positive about this because I've been having so much fun. I've like really just been enjoying it. It's more of my style of stuff. Like I love this DFS type game. But I'm also well aware that I felt this way about other products and projects before, and then, soured on it. So I'm well aware that I'm in the honeymoon phase. But in soccer, they print in the offseason and you have people hopping leagues. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Anything else? I'll hang for like another minute or two if you guys have it. Oh, I forgot. I'm doing a Top Shot giveaway too. So here we go. Only 25 entrants so far. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag my name is Jonas into the chat for our man Jonas Valanciunas. And then reminder this afternoon, if you're interested in best ball or NFL football, we're going to be doing a show with John to just kind of go over like playoff structures for fantasy formats and do a couple of drafts. Hopefully we can get in drafts together. That would be kind of fun. So I think that's going to be at like 3:00, maybe 4, hopefully 3. So stay tuned for that. And then tomorrow we'll have the morning show. We will also have the live before lock at 5:30. So a lot of stuff coming. Sean says they have an improved player of the year. I think we should have a successful project of the year as well. Early pick Jackson Hayes. I know this time is based on Zion, but he played well enough. Yeah. I'll be curious. I think it'll be really interesting, Sean, to see how they use Jackson Hayes moving forward. Like, was he just a plug and play, or are they like, oh, you know what? Jackson Hayes brought something to the table. I'm really interested to see how they use him moving forward. The Pelicans, man, have just been super fun to watch. So I'm excited to see how they continue to move. All right, gang, let's spin this giveaway. If you win this thing, shoot me a DM at Mike Zakarian or on the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, let me drop a link in there. All right. And listen, I know I plug the VIP, probably not enough, but if you look in our show notes, it's like $1.99 to join the VIP. And it like helps me out. So I appreciate that. But oh, wait, do I have the wrong link in there for the? Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry. I'm going to drop a link into the chat, but by signing up, you get into the gated Discord where we just talk straight Sorare in there. So if you have, there's also other gated channels as well, but that's the one that a lot of you are here for, I would imagine. So I'm going to drop this link into the chat. And if you don't mind, if you haven't done it yet, I appreciate it. So just fanboy out, pay that $1.99, baby. Get yourself in the gated Discord. But yeah, anyways, appreciate everyone being here. Come check out the show at 10:00. That's going to be a fun one. And let's see who's taking home a Top Shot moment today. Remember, shoot me a DM if you win this thing. It is going to Travel Addict Guy. Let's go, tag. Travel Addict Guy. Congrats on the dub. All right. Hopefully see you in some other shows today. If not, hope you guys have a great day. And then remember, we're all rooting for tonight's football game to flame out so I win $2 million. We out.